Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back. This one's going to be a tier game played by Pointless Smurf. He's in the solo lane. It's only an 11-minute game, which is unfortunate, but he goes 1, 4, and 0. He's in Plat 5. How do you think you played? I played pretty badly. To be honest, though, whole team played badly. Didn't even get past the laning phase before we surrendered. What aspects of the game do you struggle with? I was playing against Chonga, which is a counter to tier question mark, and I also had some mana problems. I usually buy blue pendant, but I've seen a few of your analysis and you said no. You said it's not good in the solo lane since you've already got blue buff. Not exactly how I'd word it. What aspects of the game did you feel comfortable with? Nothing in this game, to be honest. I don't think I deserve to be plat. Okay, let's go through the start of this game and talk through. First thing I want to mention, I'm going to probably pause straight away here. First thing I just want to mention to you is that discussion about Bluestone Pendant at the start of the game. I never said Bluestone Pendant was bad in the solo lane. Bluestone Pendant is absolutely amazing, especially on someone like Tyr, who is all about his abilities as well. And the mana regen will allow him to be very, very aggressive and not have to worry about mana sustain throughout the game. I'm talking about the very start of the game. In some lane matchups, you don't have to go Bluestone Pendant because you're going to get blue buff at the beginning, and if you're going to have Hog as well, then you should be okay for mana consumption to start with in the lane, okay? But it doesn't mean you don't get Bluestone Pendant a little bit later on, maybe second item, but you could start with something that could be more helpful to you at the beginning of the game is what I was trying to get across with that. Please don't read me as saying Bluestone Pendant is a bad starter item, because it's not. It's ridiculous. You could go with Bluestone Pendant in this matchup, but all that gives you is some health and some mana regen at the beginning of this one. You chose against this Chang'e that you're going to be in lane against some physical power and physical protection. Now, I'm really confused as to why you went for the round shield here at the beginning of this game. You don't get much power out of this. You don't get much protection out of this. You also don't get... What else am I looking for? You don't get much power. You don't get much protection. You don't get any health. So this starting item that you've chosen is actually worse than getting a Mark of the Vanguard, just to be clear. You could have gone Mark of the Vanguard here and had better itemization choices by doing that, instead of going for this round shield. This round shield, I'm guessing you're going for... I can't remember what round shield builds into. I need to double check. I think it builds into Ancile, possibly? I'm going to quickly just wiki this, because I should know it off the top of my head, but round shield's one of those items where I'm like, does that build into... something other than that? I could just try and bring up the shop menu, but I can't when I'm in game. Round shield. Round shield. There we go. Quick Google search on the wiki page. Heads up for people who play this game. Check out the wiki. The wiki is really useful for information like this. So it builds straight into Shifter's shield. What else does it build into? It builds into something else as well, right? Right? Can't just build into Shifters. Shield of Regrowth and Void Shield, okay. So I guess you were looking for Shield of Regrowth, maybe? But that only gives physical protection. Cooldown reduction. And Void Shield gives physical protection, physical power. I don't get the starting item. That's very, very strange. So the three items that Round Shield builds into, if you don't know at home, and I had to double check as well, it builds into Shifter Shield, Shield of Regrowth, and Void Shield. Now, all three of these just give physical power and physical protection. Apart from Shifters, which gives some magical protection at the max rank of it. And Shield of Regrowth does give you a nice little mobility boost, as well as some healing. As well as a mobility boost when you heal, as well as some cooldown reduction. And all three of these are all physical focus. You're in a game against Chang'e. Why would you go for an item that's going to be focusing on physical gods that you're going to be against and not magical gods? I'm just going to press tab just to see if there's something else that was weird. No, it was definitely an Agni Chang'e, so you should have known it was going to be Chang'e in this lane. And you went for a physical protection item. I'm so very confused by that, Smurf. That doesn't make sense to me, why you would do that. How you lane and how you itemize your build, you should be looking at your lane opponent first of all, and then secondarily you should be looking at the enemy jungler. They're the two people you're going to see for the early game of the map, and that's where your itemization should be looking for. If you're looking for some defenses in this lane to start off against this Chang'e, you've got options like Stone of Gaia. You could go for tier 2 Stone of Gaia, which is Emerald Talisman, I believe. You could go for Mark of the Vanguard, which would give you more than what that's actually giving you in terms of HP, in terms of protections as well. You'll also get some magical protection there as well as physical. So you could have gone for Mark of the Vanguard there. You could have gone for Bluestone Pendant, which would have been better than what you've chosen here, just because Bluestone Pendant actually has health on it. What you're looking for in the laning phase is health, regenerative stats, and protections to deal with the person you're going to be against. Now in this lane, what you've walked in with is no health, no protections against the god you're against, because physical protections is not going to help you against the Chang'e, and a little bit of power. It's not worthwhile. Let's look through every starter item, just as an example. Here's Mark of the Vanguard, just so you can see what I mean. 150 health, damage reduced by 5, 5 magical protection, 5 physical protection. Still more useful than what you've got right now. Do we have anything else? There's the Bluestone Pendant. 15 physical power, which is identical to the amount you're getting from Round Shield. But it's got 90 health and mana regen on it as well. What's more useful to you in this early game? Is the Round Shield more useful to you right now? Or is it going to be the Bluestone Pendant that's more useful to you? It would be Bluestone Pendant. I know, you thinking the idea that you don't need the Bluestone Pendant at the start because of what I said. Like I said, I corrected that, but that'd still be more useful to you right now than what you decided to get. Mobility Boots would have possibly been more useful for you right now than this shield, honestly. There's also Death's Toll, which is still technically a viable item. It would give you some sustain as well that you could have been picking up in this one. So I think the first thing you made a mistake on in this lane is starting the Round Shield, honestly. So you're going to play very, very passive because of that at the beginning of this game. 1 health potion as well. Now, always think about, like I said, your lane opponent and how much poke you're going to take. Is Chang'e a very aggressive mage? Yes, she is. She actually plays a lot like a warrior. DM Brandon, one of the players who loves Chang'e to death, always says you're supposed to play Chang'e like a warrior. So you're very aggressive with her all the time. And if you're playing her like a warrior, that means you're going to eat a lot of poke. And 1 health potion is probably not going to be enough to keep you sustained, honestly. So we'll see how you play this one out. You started with your cleave, which is fine. Cleave's good to begin with. Don't forget the blue buff. That's good. So bring down the wave. Should be hitting level 2. Awesome. In a good position early on. It's only a 10-minute game, so I'm not going to fast forward too much. There's no reason to. So junglers have left. This is a good situation now. Oh, maybe they're not. This is a good gank. Oh, what? Oh, Smurf, you should have seen that one coming. That was a free kill. She went for the gank for you. You had her. You had her in the bag. Had her in the bag. All you had to do is wait for Serket to jump over the wall and jump on her face. Because at level 2, Chang'e will not have her dance. I think it's called Moonlit Waltz. Let's go with that. Oh, I'm so good at this game sometimes. This is why I do analysis for another reason as well. I guess we remember skill names. So, if you would have actually waited that extra second, you saw Serket coming over, you should have fearless comboed her. She'd be dead now. You would have had full lane advantage, and you'd be in a lot better position. Unfortunately, you just wasted your whole combo and cleared the minion wave. You get a pressure on. You share experience, though, with Serket. Now, Bastet did leave. Bastet has not shown up again. So the first thing you should be thinking about right now is the fact that Chang'e now has an experience lead over you. Not by much, but it is an experience lead. I'm going to wait for that wave to go so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about in 1 second's time. Boom. You are currently here at experience. Let's put your mouse cursor right exactly where your experience bar is. There we go. Press space. Go jump to Chang'e. Where is the girl? Where is the girl? Look at that. Press space. That's the experience difference because you shared the lane just now with Serket. So Serket's sharing that experience has put her ahead, but it's put you behind a bit, and you have to respect this in this lane. If you don't respect this in the lane, you're going to have a bad time. Keep an eye on your experience and expect where she'll be at in terms of level. Will she level off this wave? Will she not level off this wave? Will you level off this wave? Will you not level off this wave? How did she not level? That's very strange. Maybe I've messed up. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, it's ever so close. So, if you're about to level off this wave, you also know she's about to level off this wave. Now, the hog usage there was okay. But the problem is that definitely means she will hit 5 before you. You've got a Circuit gank coming. Relax. Stay calm. Stay calm. Stay calm. Stay calm. Circuit, time that. Not the best. She's going to get a good combo on. Focus the minions. You want 5? You want 5. Clear the minion wave quickly. Clear the minion wave quickly. There we go. We hit 5. That's fine. I know you pushed him into the tower. You could have played that a little bit better, but it's okay. I'd probably look at basing now. I know there's 2 minions in lane, but I probably would have looked at basing, but I guess you've got a new minion wave coming in, so you can't. This could be a potential for your death, this wave. This is a danger wave, because you've got an extra couple of creeps on their side. She's level 5 as well, and you're running a little bit low on mana because your blue buff's down. Be very careful with this wave. I think that's going to be a full wave pushed into your tower, which isn't going to help things. Don't tank this up. Don't tank this up. You've not got the sustain. You've not got the sustain. You've not got the sustain. If she whacks immunes, you're dead. If she uses her ultimate, you are dead here. There you go. Predictions. Predictions. Now, one thing you're doing wrong is Tia. I'm just going to talk about this as well, because this is kind of important. I do it sometimes too when I don't really think. But using a full combo to clear the wave sometimes leaves you in the wrong stance. At the same time, it means you can't switch back to a stance to go aggressive again. Can we see it off this wave, maybe? I don't think we can see it off this wave. Just look at your skill usage of Tyr here. You've used your full combo, then you switch stance, then you use your power cleaver again, so that's on cooldown. Now you're stuck in this stance with only your fearless, your defensive fearless away. Then what happens is, the next wave comes in, you heal off it again, then you switch stance again, full combo, but she still pushes into the tower because you're waiting for your fearless to come back when you're low on mana. What I want to see you doing is not necessarily having to use a full combo of all your abilities, okay? Don't feel like you have to use every single ability you've got. Just relax and actually just use autos to bring them down as well. Autos are very, very useful. Right, he's back online. What did we purchase? We went straight for that Shield of Regrowth. Okay, so what is this item giving us, Pointless? That's what we need to look at here. Physical power, physical protection, cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction's good, we know that. Jotuns is one of the items that you normally get core on Tyr for a reason. After healing, you get a mobility increase. That's kind of good against a Chang'e, honestly. I can see it being useful, but it's not going to be useful in the laning phase for the most part because you've got a little bit of power and a little bit of physical protection, but Chang'e doesn't do physical protection. So I don't think this was the best first item to be picking up, as we discussed earlier on. You do get 2 wards to go with it, but now you've not got much mana. You're going to get blue buff up soon, though, which is okay. You double ward for yourself. I wouldn't have worried about double warding just yet. I probably would have just single warded, honestly, just at their blue buff area for the time being. There's a lot of engagements going on elsewhere on the map. You've not seen the jungler since, like, level 2. If I'd maybe died because the jungler was here, yeah, I probably would have put second ward down just for double safety. But the wall coverage is good anyway. I mean, I can't be upset about the wall coverage. You make sure you're safe. Rotate around. Can you get some speed buff experience maybe? Oh, too late to the party for that. You drop the boot. You come into lane again. No gank opportunity. You full push. Rotate. Good rotation. Slow it down a little bit here. You're out of mana now. Rip. Oh, good fearless. If you only had a little bit more mana. Only had a little bit more mana. Stop going for the kill. Stop going for the kill, Dad. Stop going for the kill, Dad. You're not going to get that kill now with Basta there. Now, I want to point out to you that you could have killed both of these targets if you did start Bluestone. I know you seem to think because I said that starting Bluestone isn't always required, or Bluestone's not good because you get blue buff. It's not exactly what I said. I wanted to reword this multiple times here. If you would have started Bluestone here, you would have been more useful. You would have been more useful because this physical protection, this Shield of Regrowth would have been Bluestone, which means you would have done a little bit more survivability in terms of health. And the good news is, though, you're still going to die, I think. It's just not good news. But you reduce the damage you were taking from Basta a little bit because of that physical protection. So that invade did not work out well for you. You ran out of mana. You spammed your abilities a little bit too much, and I think that's what put you behind. Don't forget your ultimate is very, very strong as well. A lot of people underestimate Tyr's ultimate and generally use it for an escape or an execution. But the damage is good at 150, but there's a slow on there that lasts for 3 seconds too, and that's effective as well. So the slow for 3 seconds allows you to set up for the fearless combos a little bit easier. And a lot of people don't realise that about Tyr, is that is a slow if it hits them. So you went back and got boots again. Boots 2, upgrading that. So laning phase hasn't gone great so far. Your first death was preventable. Your second death was preventable, but it could have been a double kill, honestly, if it worked out better. You pushed it into tower, that's good. Can we look at rotating here, potentially? There's a new minion wave coming in. Mid-harpies are possibly available. You could have bought a little bit of time for a rotation, then got back before it, I guess, but you didn't have to. Let's try and full clear and look for a rotation now if we can. Because we're not going to be able to kill a Chang'e 1v1 with our current itemization build. Full clear, but don't fight this anymore, you've just used a full combo. You use your power cleave, fearless power cleave combo, stance change, power cleave. You've only got a fearless left. And she's got a 2-level lead. So you're going to fearless through it. Whoa! Don't fight. 2-level lead. Maybe. Oh, that timing was not good. That timing was not good, unfortunately. Bit of poke. You wait for your stance. Ult. If you're going to go for this kill, which it looks like you're doing, I probably would have ulted now. Right now, get behind her, fearless, go. She's not got a dance anymore. You should be checking her item. She's not got beads either. I would have probably just gone for an ult straight away to zone her out. Oh, she's juking out. Good. Combo. Yes, yes. Ult. Oh, you're out of mana. You're out of mana. She's going to get double. She's going to get double. It's not good. From this laning phase, Pointless Smurf, I know this is only an 11-minute game. What do you end up going in this? I'm just going to check quickly. You end up going 1-4, so we've got one more death to see. A lot of the situation you've got here is that you're committing to a Chang'e, you're running out of mana, one issue. So maybe Bluestone Pendant until you get more confident with Tyr and his mana costs. You're using his abilities a lot more than you probably need to clear the waves, which is letting you run out of mana. At the same time I think you just need to look at the situation you're in. I think, honestly, if you would have had a different item than Regrowth Shield here, Shield of Regrowth, you could have potentially been in a lot better situation. You wouldn't have taken as much poke from this Chang'e. She wouldn't have been able to bully you as hard in this lane. Because, take into account, like I said, just based off health, there's no health on this item. The healthier you are, the longer you live. The longer you live, the more damage you do. The more damage you do, the more damage they take. The more damage they take, the more chance of them dying. You don't do damage if you're dead. And that's why I always try to look at interesting builds to do with the fact that I always think about survival. Survival is very important because you don't do damage if you're dead. Dead DPS is not DPS. Maybe your DPS is low, but at least you're goddamn alive to do some. So, we're running out of time in this one. We're going to see one more death and one more kill. Let's see how this one goes. We are maxing your power cleave, which is good. You should be doing that. What I want to see you doing, okay, is that you're actually using your power cleave to clear the end when you've gone into defensive stance, which is your heal as well. Try and wait on doing that one a little bit in case you do take any poke from that Chang'e. For example, that Chang'e could have tried to poke you then, just after you healed, and that meant that you would have lost some damage on that engagement just because, so you would have lost some health on that engagement just because your power cleave was then down as well. The big key is when you're using the second power cleave, really. You're nearing a full clearing now with your fearless power cleave combo. Good rotation. I like this call for the rotation here. Gonna try and support mid. Gonna get an ult in, maybe. Just ult this, maybe. No, we're not gonna ult. We should have probably just ulted. There's 4 of them, and they've just walked in. Gonna have to be forced. Get out. Good, get out. Switch stance. Can we switch stance? Out of mana. Get out. Don't go in for this. Risky, risky, risky. I guess you could. I guess you can. I guess you can. What was that? What was that? The rotation's cool, right? The rotation's cool. I'm alright with the rotation. But I think it's at this point, I probably would have tried ult. You're trying to just pick him up without using your ultimate. And when you get spotted by 4, it's like, well, shit. I'm just ulting out of this. It was a good ultimate. You actually pick up a kill because of it as well. We're low on mana. The Fearless was good to get ourselves back to tower. Then you randomly beat. Why did you beat? Why did you beat? I see why you beat. Oh, the beat. Beads. You tried to press hog, didn't you? Oh, Smurfy, you tried to hog those creeps and you pressed beads. Oh, Smurfy. Oh, buddy boy. Buddy boy. Back to base. So we found our kill anyway. We found our kill. We lost the tower. It's going to happen. You might lose your blue buff here as well. This could be your last death of the game. Your mayor's rotating over. You're going to find Chungo doing it. Priorities. Priorities. Hog. Oh, what a dirty little dancing lady. Good combo. You had Hog available there. That's why I'm not too worried. I wouldn't have really gone for the power cleave onto that. I probably would just gone for the Hog. You're going to eat all the poke from Waxing Moon. It's Chugga who takes down your life. From this replay, Smurf, it's really clear to see the biggest issues you had was itemization that caused you a big issue more than anything else. You notice now that you've got reinforced greaves. I don't mind you getting reinforced greaves, but like the power boots are just so strong on a tier that you should be picking those ones up. The physical power to allow for his Power Cleave and Fearless to do more damage is so useful to get the Warrior Tabby. This is just making you a full tank by going for something like this. 30% crowd control reduction. Well, Tyr's passive, in fairness, means that any hard CC is reduced to 1 second anyway. So that Waxing Moon's only hitting you for a second, even if you get hit right at the back. So I don't understand why you go for those sort of boots. The physical power is okay, I guess, but you could get more from that. You know, get more from that. I think that was a bad decision on choice as well. And the Talisman is a good item choice. I think this is right. It should have been earlier in the game, though, that you probably go for that item over the Shield of Regrowth. Shield of Regrowth is a good item in some situations. I just don't think it was a situation in this game. That was your biggest issues. Work on your itemization. I think that's going to be key, Smurf, and where you think you need to buy items and what you're buying. Look at your lane opponent. Is it magical or physical? It's magical. Is it going to harass me? Yes or no? If it's a no, go for a standard sort of build. Looking for like the standard like Bluestone into boots, into Jotuns. That sort of standard build that you'll see on most warriors when they've got just a farming matchup. Are they aggressive? Yes. Well, I'm probably going to need some early magic resistance then if I'm against a magical that's very aggressive. If I am going to take a lot of poke damage, then let's get something like a Stone of Gaia going a little bit earlier. Maybe even a Bulwark of Hope or something like that if you don't want to go down the Stone of Gaia path. Maybe even Ancile, which gives me magical protection, physical power, and cooldown reduction as well. I could look at stacking that item up early on in the game. If I don't want to go for those items, I could still just go for the standard sort of build and make sure I play correctly in the lane so I don't take too much poke and make sure I heal correctly in it. If I'm against a physical, what am I looking to do? Well, are they going to poke me a lot in the lane? Yes. Then maybe I look towards getting what I did, which was a Shield of Regrowth or something like that. But it's not much power and it's not much protection. There's no health in it. Maybe I look towards getting a Steel Mail online, which will build into a Mystical Mail later on. Or something along those lines. That'd be useful for me for the health and regeneration that I'm going to need to stay alive in this lane. Maybe I just go for brute damage against this guy and actually box him because I'm Tyr. And Tyr's really good at boxing a lot of these teams because a lot of these gods because of his sustain from his power cleave and defensive stance. That's what you need to work on going forward. Look at your itemization and think about why you're buying the item you are and how useful it's going to be for you. Against their team, just in general, this Shield of Regrowth, it's not good against Ares, it's not good against Chang'e, it's not good against Agni, it's only good against Artemis, and it's only good against Bastet. How often have we seen Artemis this game? Well, that one rotation mid lane. How often have we seen Bastet? Well, every single time she's turned up to your lane, you've died, but that's because she only turned up once, and that was when you guys were ganking, and you got yourself caught out of position. Actually, she turned up twice, but you were ganking, and she counter ganked and cleaned you up. It's not enough physical protection to keep you alive. 20 physical protection isn't that much, even at the early stages. Look at this. Look at that. Look at Steel Mail. If you would have gone for this item, if you were against a physical, 200 health and 40 physical protection. Well, the protection is double, and there's a 200 more health than what Shield of Regrowth has got on it. As a prime example. Good luck in your games, though, Smurf. I know you can do better than that. I just think your itemization really, really, really late.